I haven't done this in a while. I used to make videos in the past sometimes where I like did a review of a tournament or a set. I want to just quickly go through the games because I haven't seen them myself before. I want to have an idea of if my perception of the games were correct. So let's see. Against Nico, we played Warlords, Lowland first. This one I felt like economically I was probably in a good spot, but I think Nico could have probably won this game. Yeah, we're gonna watch on pretty fast speed. I might also cut the games early if I know exactly what I want to see. I'm kind of just taking you guys on the journey of me looking at the games. So I just went for a full wall fast castle, right? I did this twice in training and I won both games. It felt super good against various civs, but I hadn't played against Saracens, and I was thinking that Saracens might be one of the civs that can beat it. Nico did react accordingly to the fact that I just went fast castle, and he didn't make a stable, didn't make extra scouts. He just went fast castle. He's taking stone to use the market. So his castlage time is like what? 1 minute later than me? A little bit over a minute. Resources collected, I'm ahead, but he's using the market. But that's the thing, he has a better composition probably. But I will have 3 TCs up and running while he's building a second TC. So I guess we're pulling ahead in villas quite fast. Resources collected is also starting to look really good. And the plan was just to like, okay, we get a farm setup going, and then we start investing into heavily light cav to both get relic, fight for relics, and to start raiding. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the village account now, right now, it's only 2 difference. I have collected 1,300 more resources than him. That's the beauty of Khmer. But this is where I feel like he did light cav upgrade and started producing light cav, which I found to be very strange. I think what he should do here is just add 2-3 stables like he's doing, make camels, and then add light cav. Because right now the only thing I had was light cav, right? So he just needs a couple of camels. I was already making a pikeman switch because I was thinking, okay, camels are coming immediately. But he took a bit of time to make the camels. He actually has a village lead now, but he has 4 town centers. Yeah, we're just like raiding him. So this pretty much went exactly as I predicted. Resource collected is good, and we have all the pressure. And then just move builds on stone. We can start dropping castles. We're 12 vills behind. I guess he's just like queuing up vills. He's struggling to execute proper macro. So this is where I feel like maybe he could have held. Right now, military count is the same, right? I just have so much initiative. My farming economy is not disrupted. We have collected 3,000 more resources. I think there's not much else to see here. Yeah, that was it's one of those games where it's like it was a pure strategy win. Spiral, this one I think I should have lost this game, honestly. I don't know how the numbers look like, but Nico did something wild here. He just goes straight fast castle and goes Gebetto. Makes sense to like it. You just need a small wall to secure woodline, and you have golden stone next to a TC. There is potential for that to work. So it's 19 villagers fast castle essentially, or fast feudal into fast castle. So my reaction, I obviously realized and figured out that he was doing this, so I just adapted and tried to go fast castle myself. But the castle is up, as I have 2 minutes left to go castle age, and Gebettos are very cheap, they're very fast, and they're very powerful. And they also break walls really quickly. Like, I don't feel safe at all here. I also had a hole in my wall. Resources collected, I am quite far ahead. He also is missing all the eco upgrades. So you definitely need compensation to try and do this. If I don't have churches, I think I'm in big trouble. I'm behind him. Like those Gebettos can also snipe the fishing ships, right? I lost the fishing ship. I had to idle my TC a little bit as well. He's now still on 1 TC, but he suddenly has more vills than me. And I won the water on this side as well. So I honestly think he was in a better spot. I got a sneaky TC here. He finds it eventually, but... Okay, he has 14 Gebettos, and I'm making cavalry units. I think I should have lost this game. Yeah, Gebettos is so good against melee units. That ended up really nice for me, actually. Resource collector is about the same. Not sure about this TC in the middle. It's nice, but it's also giving me a target. And it's not the most efficient gathering anyway. I don't think gold was a concern for him right now, right? He should have probably rather focused that economy on food or wood and gold later. Yeah, he has... Look at the village count. He has 10 more vills. And he has more army. I should have lost this game. For sure. Those churches helps a lot though. Like if he just has a plays this like a second castle drop follow-up, right? I think I'm just dead. He can come here and drop a castle here, he can go drop a castle here. He has the armor to support it. So maybe you could even argue he went too much into macro. Yeah, he's in a way better spot here. Way better spot. I think I win only because the freaking Monaspa. Yeah, we have like one where we catch him now. He went too deep with these. Upgrade wise, he has no upgrades whatsoever though. I guess he has squires. Wait, no, he has barracks. I think he has squires. Yeah, we get in here and then he loses 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess he lost less than I thought. I thought he lost more there. But the issue is he's not getting effectiveness from them anymore. And I'm starting to get some real solid raids. Yeah, this was Nico's game to lose. This is not effective use now, like while I'm counter raiding with Monaspa. Village count is now the same. Monaspa is so sick. And like the thing is as well with an army comp like this, well, you always want to be aggressive with this comp, is because this comp does not fight well if you have like 4 there, 5 there, 3 here. They need to be like, you need 20 of them together. Well, my Monaspa is like 3 there, a couple of Monaspa here, a couple of Monaspa here. The potential for damage is so much higher with Monaspa. Mobility as well. Yeah, now we're ahead in village will count and we're going to imp. Okay. Yeah, we were actually losing this one, so my gut feeling was correct. I think we were behind. That was a really nice strategy by Nikov. How's the baby doing? Well, baby's not born yet, but doing good, growing well in the belly. Also, this Japanese Mongols should have a massive lead. I think he just maybe made the wrong reactions. I think he maybe overreacted, but then again, I don't know. I mean, he goes up with 15 villagers. That's insane. Can you even afford anything here? I mean, he's producing scouts, but he's not doing eco upgrades. I honestly think this is... I think... Why? I think this is unnecessary. He went up, he couldn't afford a stable, right? For 30, 40 seconds. I think going up that fast is not good. I think he probably would have benefited from making 1 or 2 more vills. How do you watch previous recording after the new update? You have to go back to the previous recording. So I got like this sneaky thing forward, which at least took all the, not aggression, attention from him, right? So he wasn't able to use his scouts to counterattack me at all. He had to deal with the aggression. I have collected 300 more resources. These Mongols, he's out taking deer. I guess the walking distance takes a lot of... Yeah, maybe it's the walking distance. That surprises me though. If you're out hunting deer, I feel like Mongols should have more resources collected. 600 more? What the hell? 500 more? I guess it's the farming setup as well. This was a disaster. I thought I had built this, but I only queued the wall. I must have queued the vills to build, to like do something and then put them back on the wood. Because I placed the wall with shift Q, I thought. Apparently not. That was a bit of a blooper by me. Started to float gold, so I was okay, I'm just going to build a market as well. This was lucky. Actually, we both passed each other. I scouted him there later. I mean, not like it makes a difference, but at least, again, I could use this as a way to pull the attention from his army. He sends all the scouts, all the skirms to the top, which buys me time to just go fast castle or go castle age. He only has 7 on food, so he definitely didn't do a great job. Like, he could have taken these deer, could have taken these deer. So he didn't expand his food economy fast enough. You know, just get castle age and do knights. Maybe Japanese are really good here. Those cheaper lumber camps and mining camps help a lot. It's more bills, but we still have more rest collected. But you just get so much... If you hit castle age first on this map, you get so much control with knights. Yeah, it's just disaster for him here. Yeah, I'm surprised at how far ahead I was, actually. Like in resources collected. I think he would... For him to go castle age so fast was completely unnecessary. There's one thing of going fast when you get something from it, right? If you go fast and then you cannot afford your plan to begin with, I don't see the purpose of going fast feudal age, right? He went fast feudal age, he went in scouts, where he had to use his first 4 or 5 scouts to defend my forward. So he didn't really get anything or any benefit from going so fast to feudal age. Do you think Nico was harder opponent than Doubt? They were different styles of opponents. What was this again? Dravidians. Oh yeah, Dravidians are just the best civ. Romans are really showing up in these types of maps though, right? Where you make like maybe scout, skirm. Because you just have the 5% economy boost. We saw Hera, Sebastian, who I assume trained a lot together. They both prioritized Romans very highly. You just walled off the middle and went scouts. I mean, arms didn't really get anything, but they're still able to force some attention. Yes, Shets. Riso collected, he's catching up, but Dravidian's still ahead. What's nice with Dravidians is that 200 extra wood is essentially like 3 extra farms for free. You just play scouts into skirms with a very tightly secured base. We're ahead in resources by quite a bit. I'm surprised. Thought Romans would start pulling ahead quite fast. This was a weird one, right? I was like, okay, this villager is dead. Then I look down here. Oh, he didn't kill it. It's just one of those games, right? Like Nico was down 3-0 here. He probably just shift queued by mistake. Pin level 4, I think over the 21 months. And now it's just about trading units until whoever figures out the right timing to do something. In this case, my idea was, okay, his Romans, his options aren't that many. Like Knight Scorpion, maybe Monk. I'll just go full Pike Siege and try to apply the pressure right off the bat. We're still ahead in resources. I mean, I have Wheelbarrow, he doesn't. But yeah, in some games Romans seem really good, sometimes not. I was lucky here though. The second knight he built was spawning right into my monk conversion. That was a nice move. Yeah, he's just getting so much idle time now. And he doesn't have any composition to deal with this. It's just over. Alright, I would say my perception of how those games went were about right. So, Georgians. I feel like Georgians might be the best civ on this map, but the only weird thing for Georgians is if you don't spawn very close to the water, right? Because when the distance is long, the opponent also needs to walk to the water. So they will get... like by the time Doubt has walked here, he has already collected the wood for the dock. While otherwise, Georgians start with a mule cart, so they can afford a dock for free right away. So I could have... if we spawned with water here, for example, I could have already had a dock, which would have been sick. So you can see I'm already on 230 wood, 240 wood. I was trying to find out where the hell is the water. So in the end, the dock timing... I mean, Doubt messed up here for sure. He was way too late with the dock. Look at this. That dock should have been up way earlier. Not sure what went wrong there. I think Jordans are just better though, right? His Dunners can kind of only make camels until... He could have tried like cav archers and such, but then he dies to my stuff. So I think like Hindustanis needs to get it to like post Imperial Age, where you have like 9 range hand cannoners and such. What's also nice with Georgians on this map is... Wait. No, wait. I'm wrong. No, am I? Do Jordans have Dromons or do they have Cannon Galleon? They have Dromon, right? What's your thought process behind ignoring the cattle on Spiral? Stupidity. They don't have? Okay, Armenians have Dromons though. Wait, I built Cannon Galleons here. Obviously I don't have Dromons. The Armenians have... No, wait. Yeah, they don't have, but Huns... That's also why I thought Huns was a good pick here, because you can also build Dromons in the ponds. Okay, let's carry on. Yeah, we're just poking. Like, there's no damage done either way. I was able to take his fish. See, resource collected is massively ahead. Yeah, Jordan's just so smooth. And as I hit castle, I was like, okay, I just don't want to take damage, so I'll just build churches right away. Make sure I don't take damage, then I can make monks from 3 monasteries essentially, and this is a big eco boost. So it's like, it's just such a solid Castle Age opening. Resources collected still massively ahead. Yeah, I think this is just an economy game like this. Georgians don't fall behind, they just stay ahead. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to see here. I win the game with essentially halberdiers and trebs and a faster Imperial Age timing. His wheelbarrow was very late though, to be fair, but yeah. I think you need to do more if you're up against Georgians. Like Nikov did, right, with Malians. Haboob! This was weird by doubt. I think he was too stuck up on a plan. And I think his plan here only works if I have like forward woodline here, maybe. That's a 16 villager up time. To open archers. Not a lot of civs can do this. But Georgians can. I scout the range, right? Don't remember, did I see his gold? No, I did not see his gold. But he's Georgians, I'm like, there's no way he's gonna go skirm war against Lithuanians with Georgians. Unless he wants to open like 3-4 skirms and then switch into scouts. So I was expecting archers to be coming here. Especially since he hit it inside the range and didn't make a spearman. It's like, okay, you don't do anything because I have Lithuanian skirms. So the first fight is just an easy cleanup without me losing a single unit. I'm ahead in resources and he doesn't get to take full advantage of the smooth Georgian economy. And now he has the stable switch. It's like my resources in the back are walled. This is close to the town center. I just need a spearman. It was just a very... I think Doubt probably did this in training and it was successful. And I think he just was too stubborn. I have this problem as well. Where something works out in your head and you just stick to it no matter what and you don't adapt at all. And that felt like what out there. I did miss micro here though, so I was a little bit in danger. But yeah, I had such a big army counterattacking, so always felt kind of fine. Lithuanian skirms low-key don't feel like a trash unit. I agree. They're so good. And then he did this weird all-in feudal age when I was already on stone. So I was just like, okay, I cannot lose anymore. I want to see if you had to buy stone for a castle. Or just small skirmishes here. So I'm just massively... Resource collected is not that far ahead, but I am massively ahead timing and situation-wise. They did buy a little. I saw this coming, right? So I was just waiting. Okay, we're just gonna do a counter castle here. That was funny. Yeah, that was smooth. Arena game. Oh yeah, this was one where I was thinking earlier in the day. How do you counter the Turks bullshit all in? I want to see, this one I need to see if I was accurate in my prediction. So my thought process was, okay, Turks, they invest so much, like the timing to get the fast feudal age, fast castle age, and then the 4 castle drop. It's really expensive and taxing on your economy. So what if I just take a passive approach, go like 2 town centers, and I'll just prepare like 4 or 5 stable and make full cavalier. He's gonna spend 1800 resources on going to Imperial Age. What if I take 1800 resources, by the way, which I already will collect more of because I'm Burgundians. I mean, the biggest difference is he would have relics, right? What if I take those 1800 resources and I make cavalier? Then I felt like, okay, that should be enough army to completely counter this. But what they said in the interview was that Doubt built this and then he went back home to his base, which in my opinion is a big mistake. It's just so much idle time. They walk there and then they walk back again. To build a mining camp on gold? Bro, there's a gold here, there's a stone there. Yeah, that's a big misplay by Doubt. So what I'm looking to understand, this was a big mistake. Wasted the monks. What I'm looking to understand is whether this would have worked against someone who executed this approach a little bit better. I'm already 1,500 resources ahead. And I'm starting to add stables. Let's say Doubt didn't send the vills back. He will have roughly 200 more resources. Still massive lead for Burgundians. He also never spotted you. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I could always just make 2 more houses, right, to have a full wall off. But he should have probably ran in with a light cover too, just to look around. Well, almost 2,000 more resources. He only has 3 relics by now. Cavalier production has begun. He's using the market to go Imperial Age. This is where he started going too deep. He only has 6 Janissaries, right? We have 8 Cavalier. I was training with ACCM, and ACCM asked me what can stop the Turks on Arena. And I told him, maybe Burgundians. And that was like a week before this match happened. And then after the match, I just had a message from ACCM, Burgundians indeed. 3 mistakes by doubt, 1 walking wheels home, 2 wasting monks, not enough monks, 3 didn't wall you off map control. But I think walling me off is too difficult. That's why I also wanted to send wills relatively fast to get outside. You could have made an argument for me already sending 5 wills just to do a lumber camp here, for example. But I felt like I could only justify it once I had units on the field. Because if I did it before, then he might have the army to deny me, right? But now we lowered his army count quite a bit. I think he lost 6 Janissaries and 4 light cav. That obviously takes a big chunk of his push out. This was a mistake for me though, I realized in hindsight. Even Doubt can micro this. So me sitting under the castle, it felt like it made sense to me. But like I said, even Doubt knows how to micro this. So in hindsight, I'm just wasting Cavalier here. Then we do a counter attack here at the same time. I'm not sure if he noticed this. Because his reaction here was non-existent. Oh, he sent wills too late, so he noticed it too late. Okay. So at this point, it was just like, okay, make the game messy, force him to run around. And we got a tease on the outside as well. So even if he starts trubbing me down here, I will still have economy set up on the outside. So I felt like I was in a perfect spot here. Yeah, like he's fast imp, right? He wants to go and kill my base. He doesn't want to chase my Cavalier in his base. So I would say the strategy worked out very, very well. I was a bit annoyed I had the forward gold, but I did have a back gold, like the small gold in the back, so that was fine. Yeah, this army is still scary, right? I can't really take a straight up fight right now. But yeah, we did a counter castle drop to again make his eco messy. He's probably going to be down to like 15-20 wills. Wait, wait, what? 11 wills? I'm pretty sure I killed wills here as well. Wait, he's back to the start. 5? Wait, what? He had 5 wills? This is his economy. What the hell? Farrell, thanks for 8 months. You're the reason I play AoE. Hope to see you win Rebel. Thank you very much. What the hell? I didn't realize he was that dead. Why is he still playing? He has 5 wills. I guess he has 3 relics as well. This map has 5 relics. I thought I only had 4 relics in the game against Hera. Or there was only 4 relics. Maybe I'm wrong. 4 wills. What? Okay. But yeah, I think people are gonna take inspiration from what I did here. And I think people that want to play Turks on Arena will have to think twice about it now. I think I showed now a way for people to deal with this. That it, like everyone that's tried to deal with it with the fast imp monk defense has always lost. So now I think we might see more people pick different civs, not only Burgundians, but there are other civs that can also play like this, right? You just build a little bit of eco and then you spam castless units as a way to counter and maybe like a counter attack. You can maybe even go like crossbows and do like a siege tower. And then you can drop 10 crossbow into his base at some point. I don't know. I think there's potential. But yeah, this was nice. And then the final game, I have no... Wait, no, this is the training game I did against Doubt to try longswords on Alpine. Alpine, sorry. What if you had played heavier Castle Age and tried to squeeze you with another cast? Yeah, if you went full Castle Age, that's what I thought could be more dangerous. I don't know, it's not easy though to say. Ragugo, your trust was misplaced. Yeah, I need to see this game. When did he send the Wills to sneak? I stole my board, true, I forgot about that. Yeah, without that boar, maybe his fast castle would have been really tough to pull off. If you go melee units against Turks, can't they make house wall choke point with Yanis? Yeah, they could. But it was doubt. Come on. Yeah, this was... I'm like, Tout, are you really doing this on this map? Is this for real? I mean, his situation doesn't look too bad, honestly. I mean, he doesn't have food income, but... You go like full monks from here? Not impossible. But I thought I had him in his base. I didn't realize he was knockout, but obviously I should have checked for this. I should have checked. I thought I had him trapped. So he still kind of caught me off guard with this push. He got 2 more vills there. He's only 4 vills behind. He doesn't have food income, so he's making 0 vills, right? Wonder why he did take Aztecs. We can talk about that later when we get to those games. Yeah, we're just pulling ahead in vills because he's not building vills, right? So even though he cleans this, his monks have no mobility. The second I get to like 10 light cap, I know Doubt is not going to be able to out micro that. So I just need to not die. I'm no TC gaming right now. But I guess he's kind of doing the same. Again, some counterattacks. Monks just don't have mobility. Yeah, so he just never built villagers anymore, essentially. He just played this like a TC for safety, barely building wheels, and kind of all in. You see how his monks has to move across the whole map. Yeah, I want to watch this. I want to see how Doubt micro this. If he actually split conversions or... I did Devotion and then I did Iron Casting to have +2 attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we didn't get a single conversion. Okay, got 1. Yeah, and now we have 2 big village elite. Was a fun game to watch. Was not as fun to play. Yeah, after I cleaned up the monks, I was like, okay, I should have a big lead still. I just add town centers, and we'll play this till late game. Not taking any risks. But even then, I didn't realize his eco was this bad. Did not think I was this far ahead. I just go crossbow skirm. Yeah, he's dead. Next was Sebastian. I did one warm-up game before I played Hera, where I asked Doubt to test with me. I wanted to try longswords to see if longswords could work on this map. Because in my head it sounded good. Like, most people go scouts or skirms here, so if I just go longsword, don't I just kick ass? Because how do you stop longsword? I wanted to like open 3-minute arms to buy time and then go longswords. But longswords are too expensive and take too much time to get on board. He just walled in his woodline. And I'm stuck doing nothing with my men arms. Maybe I've had like 4 villas to build a tower, but he can just counter tower. He's Malians and he just made a range, made some archers. It just didn't feel good. Hey, longswords are in though. Village count is the same. Wait, how's the eco difference here? He has collected more. Armenians are bait on this map, man, I tell you. I tell you Armenians are bait. On paper it feels like their economy should be sick here, right? You have the mule cart that follows you along the woodlines. You can go around and eat deer and move around on the deer. But I guess the deer are bait as well. There's too much walking distance. So probably farming is the way to go. Armenians are bait. It just felt bad. I have those things where I just end up... I get too stubborn because it sounds good in my head. And then I still try it even though it just doesn't work. Okay, I want to see how many vills I was ahead there. To me, it looked like he played 2 TCs on this, right? I didn't see a third TC after the game. So that's a bit weird. What's the mod for mule cart? It's called mule only something, I think. So everyone was expecting probably Armenians mirror here. But my thought process was, okay, Armenians have lost shipwright. My towers will have the same range as his Dromons. So, and Koreans already have a discount on ships. Oh, this was a fun moment. I'm not sure if they caught it on the streams. I'll show you guys in case you didn't see it. I have an unloomed vill, and he wants to land his scout to kill my unloomed villager, right? I mean, I almost have loom finished, but it was unloomed when he tried to do it. I just pop out, and then I walled him in. Oh, they caught it? Okay, nice. That was funny. It was always a fun way to start the match. But yeah. Then I was like, okay, I'll just go back dock. I'll play like two dock galley, just see if I can like buy some time, maybe snipe his fish. And then I'll just play for the late game. I think it's risky though, if his reaction is better. He went triple dock blindly and full galleys. I think most other players now, let's say, okay, correction. In this case, where you can tell that Sebastian is lacking experience, he sees me running. He sees I only have 2 docks. I guarantee you ACCM, Hera, Leary, Tato, Doubt, all these guys would have at this point already made maybe 2 extra fishing ships and maybe stopped at like 7 galleys and maybe added 1 or 2 fire ships just to be at home. Or even just like made 2 galleys and stay at home. Sebastian is still queuing galleys. I was so, it sounds weird to say happy, but when I saw the 3 docks, I was like, okay, this is great. And the amount of galleys he was making, I was like, okay, this is perfect for me. He's investing so many resources into units he doesn't need. And like I sniped his fish as well, which was fortunate. So like at this point, I already felt like I'm in an amazing spot. On the way to Castle Age as well. He used the market, sold everything apparently. And he has lost his fishing ships, right? So he's even now queuing up another galley. 3 more galleys. Like he's not defending fish either, right? There's no fish he's defending. He even queued another galley. What? I would understand if he had like 5 fishing ships he wanted to keep alive, but they're all gone, right? In practice, Armenians were winning 90% of the time for us, so I think he was playing like, even if I'm a bit behind, my Civ is way better late game. Are they though anymore? What's the cost of a Korean ship? After... Wait, I need to check this. Warships cost 20% less wood. 20% of 19. 10% is 9, so 20 is... Okay, so 72 wood plus shipwright, another 35%. No, building faster 35, but they cost 20% less wood. Korean ships are what, 56 wood? And then you have an Armenian... Like, okay, Korean ships are, or galleys are 56 wood, and they produce 35% faster. Armenian ships will be full 90 wood, and they don't produce faster. So you need more docks, and your ships are more expensive. I don't know if they counter, or if they're better in late game. But you get Dromons. Yeah, but Dromons have, what, 12 and 13 range? Cannon galleons have like 15 range, 16 range with siege engineers. Korean towers have 13 range. I'm not sure if there's the potential. Like, I would say the danger here with Dromons, with the Armenians, is probably rather their demo ships, right? Because there's so much stacked area. But then again, with Korean towers, heated shot, I'm not sure if Dromons are better here. Also, the cannon galleons have some splash damage now. So they do also, but if you have like 16 ranged cannon galleons, elite cannon galleons, you can control a lot of space with them as well. So he has a score lead still because he's destroying buildings and has full water control. But I see that I'm quite far ahead on resources collected. We don't produce any ships until we have shipwright, of course. Then we're going to start banking. But yeah, he's playing 2 TC, and this is also weird. But yeah, I guess he was just relying on faster imp, get Dromons, and he thought he could probably clean me up with Dromons. But since I have this corner, I can also land villagers. Yeah, this game just went exactly according to plan. We are almost 4,000 resources more. Yeah, and then we landed, got some towers up, and yeah, he barely has wood on the bottom side. So he would never be able to access the top side of the wood. Because I have my ships on this side. And I have towers now controlling this area. How many docks does he have? He only has 4 docks. I guess he doesn't have wood for more. It kind of makes sense. I guess I'm sitting here on 5 docks talking shit. But mine produce 35% faster. As long as it doesn't lose his drone. Yeah, but look here, look here. I have 3 cannon galleons. By the way, they're also way cheaper. Because of the wood cost. 60 damage. Blast width 0.30. Blast width 0.80 for Drummons. So they definitely have a lot more blast damage, but they have less damage. 8 plus 1 attack. Cannon galleons have 60. So there's something wrong with so melee 60, siege 25, building 275. Melee 8 plus 1. I honestly feel like Drummons might be overrated at this point. Not overrated per se. They're still amazing in the right units, but like I think cannon galleons can compete. If you have the right setup with towers, whatever, enough units in front, cannon galleons can control the space with distance. I don't think the gap between Dromos and cannon galleons is that big. Cannon galleons are probably still worse. Dromos are still better. But my point is that cannon galleons aren't that heavily underperforming compared to Dromons. I don't think Dromons alone is an argument. Yeah, we just have way better economy. You just cannot keep up. Okay. Yeah, that was just a strategy one. Pure and simple. Should have gotten masonry sooner. Yeah, but there's a lot of upgrades I need to get, right? You have to find the right time and momentum. There's maggers here. I just want to see how economy plays out in this one. That was far behind, or I mean far ahead in economy. I feel like I probably should be a couple hundred ahead, hitting Castle Age. He tried to get a lot of damage with the early scouts. We just kind of was in survival mode. Just came aggressive with spears. It was a bit awkward to play against maggers in the opening, but I just preemptively walled my wood lines. And then had to just focus on defending my bears and my farms. The gold on the front though, I felt a bit like, okay, if he has archer follow-up, I could be in trouble here. I guess this is his response, right? He sees me go to gold. He doesn't see a range. So probably for him now, he's thinking, okay, I'm greeding. I'm going to go Castle Age without a range. So he can just go a range and snipe my spears with archers and then kill me. I imagine that's what he was thinking here. And we get some counterattacks as well. My archery range timing was a bit late though. I was always planning to play like this. And here I was like, okay, maybe I need a tower. I was like, nah, I don't think we need a tower. Because I had one range and I'm just going to add a second range. And he's going around to the other side. Which makes sense, he doesn't have enough units to punish me yet. He was very active though with his scouts. But I think I was on point in my defense here. You ever thought of playing FPS games? I mean, I played them chill casually. Not as like a competitive game, no. Sorry by the way, guys. It's been a long day, been a long weekend. I'm a bit tired. I'm powering through though. This one was not. This was a little bit uncomfortable though, right? You're in this position. Okay, where he can come from any angle now, right? I have my back wood lines exposed, and my front gold is exposed. I was okay. I'm just gonna wall the front, and I'm gonna start moving a little bit towards the right in case he comes there. And of course, he showed his scouts, and I was okay. The archers are definitely following. Yeah, resources wise. Like 200 ahead. I guess that's to be expected with Malians. I was maybe thinking even more. But I guess there are resource bonuses mostly from gold. But I have horse color. He did not have horse color. And I have wheelbarrow. Because you win all 4-0, so we need more games to study. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Fair enough. Blamed out. Yeah, now we just have a time. Oh, this became a little bit awkward, right? I went for the counterattack here, and I wanted to counterattack with this army as well. As he came in, I had to send this army back. I think I lose maybe 1 or 2 wheels here. Got a bit messy. But yeah, we get so much damage here. Get ballistics instantly. Plus 2 armor. We have way more army. Yeah, it's just over. Okay, Armenians again, you guys. There's a pattern here. This is also one of those things. Like I have this. To give some more context, I have a couple of times in Age of Empires. Okay, not a couple of times. It happens quite frequently, I think. Where I will think about something in my head. And in my head, it sounds good. So I'll do it without testing it, without trying it, without training it. And I did it again like an idiot. But like I said, in my head, it sounded like it should be fine, right? I just take the mule cards, we get better economy. But I think there's just more power spikes for certain other civs. Lithuanians, faster moving skirms, very powerful. Romans, 5% economy. Koreans, cheaper skirm spear, for example, and so forth. Yeah, I need to get better at shutting down bad ideas, despite it sounding good in my head. I also went single range here, and then I did horse collar like an idiot. Horse collar is gonna pay off when? In like 10 minutes? When this game is all about the first couple of minutes and not falling behind. We played Chenak Aixa Cup. I'm gonna try to the best of my ability, but depending on when the baby comes, obviously there might be changes to those circumstances. I also thought he was switching into scouts earlier. That's why I went for the counterattack. I'd like to explain my decision making here. Here I was okay, I got a good fight here. I cleaned like a couple of his skirms. He was counterattacking me here, but I was okay, I'm just going to defend with some skirms. And here I thought he had kind of slowed down skirm production. And I thought he had already gotten a stable up and was making scouts. So I was okay, I'm just going to try and do a quick counterattack before the scouts come out. This is why I go forward here. Then he just groups up all his skirms, or faster. And he gets a massive counterattack on me instead. And my skirms don't do anything. All I do is run into the stable. So this was a very bad decision by me in hindsight as well. Also, we're so far behind economically. There's some idle time involved, but I think I just overestimate Armenia's economy on land. That was the game when Dave said you shouldn't have stopped making an army. I mean, I didn't really stop. It's just he cleaned up my skirms here, so I was already behind in skirms numbers. Then it felt like, does it make sense to keep making a worse unit? I have less numbers and I continue to make the same unit as he does. It felt like I was lost here already anyway, so I thought my only chance was fast castle and YOLO. Did you tell anyone about the Armenian strategy? And they were like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Not really. I did mention it to Doubt. And Doubt obviously was like, mule cart is pog. And he said Armenia's economy is insane. So can we blame Doubt? I don't know. I would like to. But yeah, I'm looking at the resource collected, right? You're just not competitive, it seems like. Also, you don't have a military bonus, and the economy is not massively better to compensate, so... We did get faster cast age, though, so I felt like, okay, maybe we have some potential here. But this is where you could make an argument that me counterattacking may have been a mistake. What if I send my first 4 knights here? And try to clean up this army instead? How many villas did I kill now? Okay, wait, this is actually an important moment. That's why I think the cast age timing is so important. He has over 1,000 resources collected though. So I'm 8 villas behind. He has wheelbarrow, so we're more than 8 villas. But hey, I have horse collar. How accurate is capture age? 100% accurate. Because it takes the numbers from the game. This is like, okay, what if I send my first 4 knights and clean up this army? 2 minutes 30. I think by the time I clean it up, he's already castle age. I think maybe counterattacking is the correct decision. I think I'm just dead anyway. Like, I have more vills now. Wait, I have more vills and I have 9 knights against 2. Doesn't this look like I'm okay? Oh, I guess he has 8 spearmen. This was a horrible engagement. On paper, when I look at the numbers right now, I think I would feel somewhat okay. If I had my skirms at home, maybe. Because the skirms could help deal with the pikes. Mass Warrior Priest. That was also an idea we played around with. Same village account. 7 knights to 3. I lost all my knights though, so now I'm behind again. Okay. Alright. Fair enough. Would it maybe have been better to send knights to clean up and pressure with sieging his towns? And there were many options there. I could have tried to clean up his army and then like put some warrior or monasteries, fortified churches on his farming economy, for example. Didn't have armor man. I couldn't afford shit. I had no economy. He was idling everything. Dravidians, power, eh? I already have 2 fishing ships before he gets 1, so there's still a solid opening here for Dravidians. He had an interesting approach here. I imagine he has trained that with Hera, and I think Hera would have done the same if we played Golden Lakes. They just play like a good water sieve. And I mean, I picked up his scouts. That was a good start. They play a good water sieve, and they play for the pawns. They make archers to control the pawns. A lot of people will just make archers and go attack the enemy, right? I think Sebastian, I think Hera would do the same. They would just play archers, 2 archers to control the pawns, and then go castlage. This is I saw his villager there, so I'm just gonna make a galley to deny the dock. And then I was like, okay, let me check, and I was, ah, shit, the dock is already up. So that was a mistake for sure. He makes a dock there. Look, he sends 1 spear and 1 archer to the bottom in case I come there, which is a great move because then I cannot wall in my villager either with the dock. He does the same on this side, right? A few archers to try and pick off any villager. I did get this dock. This was probably game winning that I was able to get this dock up. Resources collected. He's 200 ahead. I think he's in a better spot. But my castlage comes faster. I liked how he played it essentially, where you just control the corners with a little bit of land army, but you mainly still play water. Yeah, so it felt like he should have held this, but luckily my dock stayed not alive long enough for me to get the war galley upgrade, and I was able to use the... Like, he didn't pay attention here, right? The dock is tanking for my ship right now. See, it only has 3 army on the field, 3 archers. And then fast castle into cav archers. It's a really nice strategy, honestly. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, again, we have 3 TCs up. Well, he's gonna go full army. Triple range cav archer. He's in the middle. So I get a solid equal lead. I mean, he still has collected a lot more because he has 3 corners of pawns. Wait, he only has 5 fishing ships? I mean, I killed all the fish here. I definitely feel like he's underfishing, right? This should have been like 5 fishing ships. Maybe like 5 down here as well. Hold on, right? I tried to build a palisade there, so if he clicked units up here, it would appear as if the area is walled, so they would take another path. So my plan was that this palisade will block his pathing, so he thinks the forest is fully walled, and then I can maybe come through here later. Oh yeah, there's a hole there. I didn't have a mobile army anyway though, so it didn't really make sense. But yeah, I won the water here, which helped a lot, I think. If he had this as well, I think I would have probably struggled. But I get a big village lead here, 49 to 42. But he has the army, the mobility and the army on the field. But right now I felt still super comfortable. I had a TC here that would obviously on stone, so I could drop a castle eventually if I needed. But I didn't expect to get such a good castle in the middle. Resources collected, I'm ahead now, so that switched quite fast. But it makes sense given that he's playing 3 TC, but it's somewhat low economy to make a lot of cav archers. I still think it's a massive misplay that he's not making more fishing ships. There is 1300 food still in the deep fish here. 1000 food here. Like, he could have easily had 5 fishing ships on each, and that would have helped him a lot. Shot the castle instead of Bills with Mango. Yeah, the castle goes up anyway, though. I don't think. I think it was just out of position, so the castle always goes up there. Resources collected is the same. If it becomes a center fight, though, I do have bomber cannons, so I would back Dravidians a little bit in that regard. But obviously, cav archers and mobility is on his side. Resource collected, he's actually ahead now. This could have been even more if he added fishing ships, right? Could easily add a 500 on top of that. Look, he must have been floating wood, so that could have easily been fishing ships. Yeah, his whole army was sent here, right? He's pushing the wall. What am I defending here? Well, there's nothing, right? I have 4 wood cutters, a little bit of gold that I'm barely using. That's like, okay, feel free to push that. And I'm just going to go and drop a castle in the middle. I mean, I have a lot more villagers, so eventually I think I would pass his economy again. Now he's forced to take quite bad trades with the cow archers as well. Like, it's already 87%. I think manganese alone could not stop this. I mean, if he hits there... Of course, if I see them shooting my vills, I would micro the vills as well. Yeah, nah, there's no chance he would have denied it. It's already like, yeah, it would have gone up no matter what. Yeah, now I think he's just in a pickle. Yeah, he set up his food eco too late as well. This game will probably be a good one for him to watch to get a bit more understanding of how his eco and situation was. Yeah, it's over from here. And closed. I just need to see the early cast age here. In Imperial Age, I think eco is quite similar. Maybe he's ahead. So I need to see a few Lage and cast Lage. At which stage of the game does Vietnamese have a win condition on enclosed against Incas? I think Vietnamese are better in feud Lage and cast Lage. Army-wise. But you are also in a situation where you need to do damage. If you don't do damage, Incas can scale to Imperial Age. But he's playing, the way he's playing Incas is, he did the same against Tato and Land Madness. He plays Incas as a Skirm, Spear, Eagle, Civ. Most people that plays Incas play them as Skirm, Spear, Archer, Eagle. Like a combo of everything. But he's completely ignoring Archers for the whole time. And essentially never transitions into Archers at all. Which makes a lot of sense because you have a discount on the Skirmishers. So it is a very strong composition against someone who plays like this. Yeah, I did some bad engagements with my scouts, but even right now I felt pretty okay. I felt comfortable. But I did one big mistake. I have 4 scouts right now, right? And I'm doing forging. I'm taking the fight before forging in his berries. Spears are coming. I wasted my scouts. I have 1 scout alive. And I let forging finish. I pretty much clicked my blacksmith, and tried to cancel it just as it finished. That was 150 food wasted. And then I was like, okay, well, I did forging. I guess I should make a scout. Yeah, so that was a bit of a misplay. I think if I do forging and I have my scouts with my army to fight his army, I clean up his army easy, and I can snowball a counterattack. Now it just ended up in me over-investing in feud Lage and him getting a faster cast Lage. I have a good economy behind this, obviously, but my cast Lage is quite delayed now, so he has the timing. How many rest would you recover after canceling forging? 150. You get the full price back. I think I made a mistake here. To keep coming back after me. Like this, the whole purpose of this army right now was to buy time. I did not care if he killed my army or anything. I just wanted him to not go to my main base. So I get some nice walls here and buy some time so I survive. So he already has a second TC up himself. Eagle spam has started. He's making monks. Still felt like, okay, if I just get my double gold composition going, I still have a pretty solid position here. I just cannot take bad fights. But I continued to take bad fights through the whole game. That was a bad fight. I didn't have to lose those. I thought he was going to go back. Do a counterattack here. My knight numbers aren't great. I split my army too much. Some nice raiding. Well, I lost some crossbows here. And then I come forward here with 1 knight and 3 crossbows. What do I expect 1 knight and 3 crossbows to do? It's just going to get cleaned up. Now I lose another monk. Yeah, I mean, the weakness of eagles is probably like double gold comp, like knights plus crossbows. My biggest mistake here was simply just having not my army together and rather having my army constantly split into small numbers. Small numbers is like eagle advantage. You send 4 eagles to raid and the rest of the eagles fight. That's great, right? If I keep all my crossbows together and all my knights together and just make one big army, this number climbs over 20, 25, 30. And then I have like 10 knights meat shield. The eagles cannot engage anymore. 4 relics in the same spot? Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, economy is similar, so that's... If economy is similar against a meso civ like this, you need to have a big army lead where you can snowball. And I again lose all my crossbow numbers. So I just never get the crossbow numbers I needed to take a convincing fight. And this is a final time. I added so much production buildings here. I added like an extra stable, an extra, or 2 extra stables, an extra range. But I did it too late. And now I'm starting to get decent numbers, but I've already taken too many bad fights that I cannot snowball it into a win anymore. So ideally you mass, develop the better eco. No, you continue to take fights. Just not the way I took fights was like 5 crossbows here, 2 knights there, 3 crossbows there, 1 knight there. It needs to be like 10 crossbows here with 4 knights. I always need like to make sure I at least trade equal. I lost army a lot while I didn't kill his army. And I have a way more expensive army. So Juan, thank you for the 3 months. A Reaper, thanks for the sub, welcome. Were you at all concerned about the unit composition? Yeah, I was thinking that his eagles are probably better, but I thought Rat Archers would trade okay if I get to Imperial Age in an okay spot. See, now I have an army where it's like, of course he doesn't want to fight because he wants to wait to imp, but he cannot engage this army without taking massive losses. Because I have, what, 17 crossbows with Thumb Ring and all the upgrades, 11 knights. This army would get absolutely clapped by this army. So I just needed to hit this number, or these type of numbers, earlier in the game, essentially. I still felt okay here, and I felt like I was in a solid spot. I think I make a misplay with castle positions as well. Let's see. I have now a lot more resources collected. He's obviously imp now, so this army will get cleaned up, but that's fine. The crossbows aren't useful anymore. I built a castle there, built a castle there. I needed to buy another castle and place it here, between my 2 town centers. But yeah, he's on 114 vills, so he just needs gold to spam eagles. So I'm not even sure if a castle there would have saved me. I don't lose that many vills, but so much idle time and lost gold income. Population is still healthy. What's the Rat Archer attack? 10. His eagle has 8 armor. That's before. He will have 10 armor after the upgrade. Okay, I mean, Ratnans do fine here, especially if I have elite. But once he has the last armor upgrade, I think they just don't do damage anymore. I thought Ratnans did better than they did, than they ended up doing, rather. Also did Cavalier, but I barely had resources or had Cavalier on the field. And here I was again feeling, okay, I'm in a good spot. But looking at the numbers, I'm not in a good spot. I didn't know he was this heavy on resources. So I think, okay, I'll just do a counterattack on his base, because I did scout this, that he was coming with a siege push here. So I do mortar holes. I thought, okay, I have 2 castles and some army. Maybe I can hold this while I'm counterattacking. Went with Elephantos into one huge time push. I felt like Elephantos... You know what? Elephantos could have been okay, but he can easily make pikemen, right? And they're very expensive elephants. Okay, he has 24 eagles in the ramps as well. So this looks like he has less army than he has. Elite has 11 attack. Does he have... Can't recall. No, he doesn't have the unique tech yet, right? Or does the elite unique tech give him 4+6? He did it later, yeah. Fabric plus 10, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, he's doing it now. And after he has done that, my Rattan Archers only do 1 damage per hit. Okay, Rattan Archers are only good until that upgrade is in. I mean, against regular eagles, right? They have 8 pierce armor. You do 3 damage per attack. It's fine. It's okay. But once he has that upgrade, it's 1 damage per hit. So Rattan Archers become quite bad in this matchup then. I thought they would do better. But I guess like my thought and feeling was regarding eagles from like Mayans or Aztecs, or not the upgrade. Yeah, Bloodlines for the Cav. Why didn't you add Cow Archer after initial crossbows die? Initial crossbows? I mean, first of all, Cow Archers are more expensive. Secondly, I wanted to play Knight Crossbow because that has more micro potential in like fire rate. Cow Archers are good, but like the fire rate of crossbows combined with knights make you take a lot better fights against eagles if you can force engagements. Would infantry ever work here? I thought it was too late for me to switch to infantry. Okay, this is an interesting game to analyze. I think I just needed to do more earlier with my Castle Age, Feudal Age army. I needed to make better decisions there. He did a really good job here though. And this one, not sure if this is even worth watching. Not sure what his plan here was. Like it's very brave to go late game into Byzantines with Romans. No, a lot like A lot of compositions can beat eagles. I just, in this case, I didn't do the right thing. I want to see the equal difference a little bit though. What was the reason for going Ratans? In my memory, Ratans do okay against eagles. But I think that memory might have just been from like Castlage Ratans against Castlage eagles. And like against regular elite eagles. But fabric shields just completely wreck the damage output of Ratan archers. So it's a lesson learned. He's ahead in resource collector, which makes sense. Romans economy. But like late game, Romans just don't have a composition against Byzantines, I think. Easiest game of the set. It wasn't a very hard game to play mechanically nor strategically, right? This is kind of a boom map. All I needed to do was make sure I don't die and get to Imperial Age. Resource collected, like despite me being the one who has fishing ships alive, he still is a little bit ahead. 4 TC as well. When you do double gold comp, do you prioritize knights or archer production? You need like a certain amount of archers, but you also need a certain amount of knights. Great answer, I know. Now you need enough. So the whole goal of the double gold composition essentially is to have enough of a meat shield that the enemy units never touches your range units. Because you will never lose range units if you have enough meat shield units. Simple as that. But yeah, you want to have enough units that whenever he engages, your archers can just pack a punch, deal damage non-stop, and your archer numbers are never dwindling. So that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal, because then the archer numbers keep growing little by little, but his unit numbers and your melee units are always trading. Yeah, Slightmore Vills is doing handcart quite early. Resources slightly ahead. He's going imp with 70 Vills-ish. And Byzantines is not hard for me to follow. I don't think he has enough of a lead to beat Byzantine composition. He's going like, I had outposts everywhere, so I saw immediately, okay, it's going long swords. Okay, so all I need to do, make a safe castle, get hand cannoners, make sure they have some docks so I can compete if he tries to go water. And I just felt like there's nothing Romans can do. Passing him going infantry against Biz. I guess he did. I mean, what options does he have? What else can he go? I understand why he tried. He tried to make like an early legionary push happen. Probably take water, get Dromons and legionaries to like push. But I think that counts. For this to work, I need to make mistakes. This game I felt a bit sloppy. I don't think my macro execution here, generally speaking, was great, but just the Civ and I need to make quite big mistakes there. I need to see eco situation here, how much of a difference there was. Two of the go-to civs on migration, obviously. I got a fishing ship out before, like 1.5. Yeah, you get quite a big opening lead with Dravidian stock. Also, fishing ships carry more food, so they take less trips. But he went up with 4. He's adding a 5th. He's adding a 6th as well. I'm adding a 7th. Does he go 7? No, he stopped. He stopped at 5 even. And I have 7. He's playing 2 dock. I added a 3rd dock, which you can with Dravidians. Why not ban mines in Chinese? Why ban them and not ban other things? I lost 1 fishing ship there. It was a bit annoying, but not a big deal. I have 3 docks here. He's just added his 3rd. Numbers about the same. I still have 2 more or 1 more fishing ship. He has had some idle tease time though, so I'm ahead in the villager as well. Economy already like 300 ahead. Dravidians just be sick. Both of us up to Castle Age. Hey Viper, I feel you're very good in the first few games in tournament. Are you getting tired later games? How's your hand? My hand was not getting tired. My hand always has some discomfort, but not to the point where I would say it has a serious impact on the way I was able to perform in this event. This was a little bit scary. He has more ships than me, but I had like reinforcing, like I had my docks right next to me. So I felt like I'll be fine no matter what. And I was doing pressure on the middle at the same time with mangonels and a 2nd TC. So here I felt like, okay, I'm in a really good spot. I just need to not split up. But look at the food count, right? I have 20 on food. He has 8. That's usually a very good indicator of how the situation is looking. You look at the amount of units on food. And regrets about drafting in Hera? Yeah, Armenians. I was too stubborn on Armenians. Eco upgrades were both the same. We both have ballistics as well. Maybe I didn't have to go back here. He has a lot of low HP ships. We had the same numbers, roughly. Yeah, the mangle pressure was... You get a lot of work done here. It's a bit sloppy here, though. He could kind of kill my manglans with Vils. But I think he loses a lot of Vils in the process as well. There's one. Another one. Another one. Okay, that was bad. So I got one more. So he's lost quite a few Vils here. I think 4. Yeah, this is really hard to manage economy now, right? There's a few farms here. No farms in his mainland. A lot of idols on the berries. He has 3 TC now. I only have 2 TC. Eco difference is not that big. I'm adding a 3rd TC. Thought I was maybe slightly ahead, further ahead than I was there. I mean, looking at resource collector, I am definitely ahead. I also have 3 relics. I will end up getting 5 relics. So I still felt like I wasn't in a really good spot. But I thought I was doing better than I probably was. Actually, no, maybe it's about right. Yeah, it looks about right. 27 on food. I have 31. Now it becomes an Imperial Age fight. Reset scoreboard. Oh yeah, it says Sebastian still. I mean, I'm not adding the score. I'm just so you have the right opponents. Castle goes up, forces the issue. He has to make a castle of his own. Imperial Age for us roughly the same time, but I have 20 more economic units at this point. So now we have a massive lead. And it's like, since there's so much happening on land as well, and you're trying to boom, making ships is hard, and microing ships is hard. So I think at this stage it makes sense to switch more into like some fire galleys together with a couple of war galleys. This is where we decided to do some elephant landings. Yeah, we just have a massive lead, equal lead. 3k more. This elephant got stuck. Yeah, I think we'd have to make a lot of mistakes to lose from here. Especially given that we have 4 relics. Yeah, okay. This is about how I thought the game was going. Again, Armenians. I got a great start here. Apparently I lost a villager, they said in the post-match talk. I think I go for this one later and I lose the villager. But I got a great start here. I lame this boar. I think I win the fight of this boar. So on paper I get like 6 boars. Yeah, that one was fun. I got that one in the end. But the biggest issue I have right now, I sent 3 vills here on wood. Wait, I lost a villager here. Yeah, I must have lost. Yeah, this guy. Okay. I sent one for this one. There was a lot going on. Forgive me. I've been collecting wood with this guy for the whole game. I had one idle villager running around laming. Spent wood on... And these guys were idle. And I do another lumber camp. I have 4 vills on wood right now. That's way too many. I have too many vills on wood. So my fuel age chance just becomes too late. Looking at resource collector, I'm not even that far ahead. Well, I mean, like, I'm behind right now, but I have still boars to collect. But my barracks is way late, my range is late. So I'm just playing catch up from the start. You see what he's doing? He's just starting to add farms. While I am spreading out to take deer with my mule carts. I think my verdict is that mule carts are bait. Deer collection when the walking distance is so far is bait. And you're way better off just farming. It's look, he's over 200 resources ahead. How much do I have here? 134. So I'm actually behind in economy even. There's my idle time here. Yeah, I think Armenia is a full bait. This is a big mistake by me to just be so stubborn on Armenia. I mean, this is a really good map for Hera no matter what. And I think I'm probably going to struggle against Hera no matter what. But I was thinking I could maybe try to save like Teutons even and play like Skirm Spear into stable if I need and whatnot. And Teutons could have a decent matchup against Romans as well. But now we're just going to be so... Like, it says I have more vills on food. But I'm hunting deer here. I'm gonna go here and hunt deer. It's just not very efficient. He's using the wood for farms, but you don't need to. Yeah, but it's still not... this is safe economy, and walking distance is so short. I'm walking all the way up here to take deer. I walk all the way here to take deer. I'm walking around here picking up deer. It is free food, in quotes, but I have to make a mule cart, and I have to walk 50 tiles to get there. I think it's not worth it. It's bait. And then he's adding scouts. He has a great economy, right? He can afford everything. I get enough units to defend, but I fall behind on the castle age timing. He's 700 resources ahead. Yeah. Armenians was keep repeating myself, but Armenians was a bait. Because I'm sure I would have figured it out in a couple of training games. It's just stubbornness. It's double stable. Resources massively ahead still. This hole did not help. It was already over before that. But then you know, because the game with Sebastian, I thought I just made mistakes against Sebastian that I misplayed. And Sebastian was Lithuanians. So I banned Lithuanians and I let Romans open for Hera because I knew he would pick Romans on this map. So this was my plan, was this matchup. It doesn't mean it was a good plan. Why is that your boar lead didn't translate into more rest collected? It's not like his villagers are idle while I'm collecting the boar, right? Romans 5% extra collection rate, and I did mismanage my economy quite a bit. Let's see Sebastian game. No, Sebastian game is already like, he has Lithuanians, faster moving skirms, he was up faster to feudal age. I went horse color. There was a lot of mistakes against Sebastian on that game. So I think those two are also very different games in many ways. But in the end, there's... yeah, the context is there. But yeah, in the end, my solution or conclusion is that Armenians are bait. Oh, he was fishing here. He built new docks here. Okay. My arms play? No. I tried my arms once against Doubt. It didn't feel good. The only other thing I was considering with Armenians was like a straight fast castle and warrior priests. But I'm not sure if that would have been good either. But then, no, again, Armenians was full bait. Should never have picked them for that map, no matter what. There were better options. And I picked Armenians as my third pick. After the first two hidden picks, I went Armenians. He scouted me there, so he knew that I was there. But this could have... wait. This could have been a big misplay by Hera. I mean, he missed this dock, right? But he assumed that I had fish here. But this was my town center. So this was a blind assumption that since he lost a sheep there, he thought I had docks there. And he made a double dock here. It's a big investment. I mean, my fish is over here. This was just a wild risk, if you will, by Hera. And yeah, he's obviously not going to gain much value here. Yeah, at this point, I don't know that his TC is here either. I'm still playing, okay, I'm just going to play like a little bit of slow feudal age, make some ships, survive. And I mean, I'm lucky. I find his fish here unprotected because I was building fires from this side as well. So this just went perfect for me in the opening. I do market, and then I opened the feudal age with town watch. And here I see, oh, he's taking wood there. Okay, it must be a town center. So my reaction then is this. 10 vills to stone. We want a castle. I was going to go stone no matter what. I just didn't plan to make the castle right away. I was going to do like 2 or 3 TCs and then a castle drop. But as I saw this, it was like, okay, my castle is going to go straight there. He has no idea, right? He probably knows I'm here, but we'll compare economies a little bit. Resource collect is about the same, slightly ahead for him, which makes sense. His fish is still effectively working. Castle is on the face. His reaction is TC and Seed Workshop. Mangonels makes sense, but yeah, there's a lot of idle time now. Another TC as well. He has added more fish on this side, which is a good move. I could have killed it though with the organ gun. I should have just placed one organ gun here. Right now he has 13 economic units ahead. 5 vills ahead, 7 fishing ships ahead. So it doesn't look that bad on paper, but obviously this TC is rendered quite useless. And organ guns are harassing him everywhere, and he had a lot of idle time. Super unlucky for her. Do you think Nomad is an unfresh map? It is. There's a lot of RNG on TC positions. But you also pick civs that can do this, right? I went Portuguese because if we get this TC position, or like a close TC position, a castle drop is deadly, right? He could have picked something else than Persians for situations like this, right? So there is that argument as well. He has 9 fish. He added a lot of fish after the water fights. So his economy isn't bad. Only 8 villagers though. A lot of idle time. But he has the fishing economy still. I had some bad moments, but once I got like a knight out to clean some mangonels, it was good. He's 20 economic units ahead. But Nomad is so much about the momentum, the units, on the presence on the field. And he's starting to lose villagers now. Now villager count is the same, but he just has extra fishing ships. He's just adding more town centers. So I was like, well, I'll castle drop this TC and then it should be over. Yeah. To do a minimalistic defense against organ guns feels impossible. Now Hera's micro is pretty good, but I think the enemy has to miss micro so hard to lose positions like this. I think Hera was, I mean, you could argue he was greedy, but he was also forced into like adding town centers to be safe. Maybe his best play here would have been like 2-3 stables after adding fish. Stay maybe 2 TC for a while, just try to get knights on the field, something to stop the organ gun snowball. Just adding TCs and continue to run, it's like, it's just never gonna end. Yeah, I think this Nomad is, it's hard to analyze Nomad. I think Nomad is just like, you have to adapt given to give it to your civ, to your opponent's civ, and the circumstances presented to your spawn. There's a lot of RNG in Nomad, and you need to adapt accordingly. This map I'm curious to see how the economic situation was. Again, we had the fishing situation where the fish was quite far. My dock is faster, so this was a better start for me on paper. I could always hide my fish if he was doing a sneaky dock. I did loom though. I didn't eat my sheep because I wanted to put them in the mill. I guess that slowed down my fuel age a little bit. And I had to do loom as well to afford it. It's just full walling. To make sense so he has no weaknesses. My front felt more open, but I guess it's the same. It's just because he's built all the houses and such there. Resources collected, he's actually about the same. Very similar actually. Hera said in the GL post talk that Gujaras only have +1 bonus damage. Is it only 1? Do you only get 1 extra damage against camels? Did you forget in this game you can hide fishing ships in the dock? No, I did not. That's one of the reasons why I picked Gujaras here. +2 isn't it? It says +2 here. Camel +2, but does his camel have +1 then? So it's only 1 extra bonus then. I thought my camels was gonna trade way better in Castle Age. He said in Castle Age it's only +1. I have more resources collected. Right now it felt like a very close game, right? I was surprised to see him do second stable because I was like, if he wants to play camel against Gujaras, doesn't he just die? Now I know his camels are cheaper, but like Gujara camels. Wait, now it says camel +7. You have 7 bonus damage against camels with Gujaras. They have 5, so it's 2 damage extra. I do 13 damage. He does 11, so it's 2 extra damage. That's still significant though, no? But then again, is 2 extra damage enough to compensate 20% discount on units? 20% cheap, 15% cheaper in Castle Age, 47.55. Maybe that's not enough to compensate. Unique tech is Imperial Age though, I'm talking Castle Age right now. Yeah, maybe you don't have an advantage in Castle Age. 3 TCs for both of us. I'm surprised, I thought it would be more bonus damage, but I mean, in the end it's only 20, 30, 40, it's 30% bonus damage, right? So it makes sense that it's not that significant. He's ahead in Wills. Resources collected, he's also ahead. He got the thesis up faster. I was trying to be the aggressor with my initial play, so he just played defensive while getting thesis up first. His farming eco is faster than mine as well. His eco just feels safer than mine right now. I think he did a better base layout, possibly. But it's very like, it's pretty much a mirror game right now. Took some fights there, we traded quite equally, but I think still he's trading more cost efficiently since he has the cheaper camels. This game feels very close right now. We just collected 700 more resources. We hadn't the armor for a while. Yeah, it was just 1+1 armor. It's not a big deal. It's up to imp faster. I was thinking, okay, I'll just get to imp. I get the unique tech, which is what, how much extra the armor? A lot of extra armor. So, okay, I cannot lose any fights anymore. I did Kshatriyas, cheaper food cost. But I think in my first misplay was this castle. I think this castle needed to be either here, but it's hard though. I didn't have the army for it anyway. I needed a castle that could fight for gold. This castle from him is great because this is like on the tip where he will fight for this gold. He's going to do a castle here later as well where he fights for this gold. This castle for me only protects against raiding, but like it's camels. I wouldn't be that scared of raiding anyway. He has collected a lot more resources as well. If you combine that with cheaper camels, it's a bit tricky. But I still felt like, okay, I just need to get the upgrades and I should be fine here. $20 against 19. Frontier guards. So we have 7 melee armor now. He has 2. He's doing the last armor now. plus 9, plus 13. So I do 4 more damage than him. And I have 3 more armor. So on paper, I do 7 more damage with my camels compared to his. We have about the same camel numbers right now. I think this fight was pretty good for me. He fell back to the castle though. This is where like I should have built a castle here. But I kept selling stone for gold, you see? This should have probably been drop a castle there and try to fight for gold. This was a great castle by him. That's the moment where I was like starting to realize, damn, I'm actually struggling on gold. Do you think the stable in your base made a difference? Huh? Oh, this? Nah. Nah, didn't do anything. He raided my food eco a little bit, but I didn't struggle on food, I struggled on gold. I guess fighting under the castles are never good by me. I didn't have the last or the second attack upgrade though. It's 160 vills. So my play here probably would have been not make more vills, try to get 200 population army so I can never lose a fight, and then build like 5 trebs and make one big push on gold. That probably would have been my play because I have 52 camels to 39 right now. But his are 20% cheaper, and that cannot be understated given that he has gold income and I don't. Yeah, I don't like that I trickle trapped here. Also fighting uphill here, I thought, okay, I have the better upgrades, I will steamroll this fight. So I was thinking I would just win that fight, and then I will fall back. But yeah, he was preparing bomber cannons, so I knew, damn it, I should have not trickle trapped. I should have prepared like 4 or 5 traps, so I can take the castle out in one go. Because I didn't have the gold to replenish my army. He has the gold to replenish his army. I think the game is already lost here at this point. And I was like, okay, shit, I need this gold. But I was late as well. Should have already been on this gold a long time ago. Yeah, now we're just in a desperate position, right? We can't afford anything. I only have 2 trebs. This will take forever to take them out. He has bomber cannons. Still think Kujaras can do good in this matchup though, but it needs to be played differently. Maybe also you need to do like chakram throwers. 40 camels against 43. On paper I have a better army here, but I cannot replenish army. He can. Oh, Kujaras don't have +4 attack. You're right, I'm stupid. I only get +2. You're right. I'm an idiot. So 9 damage. Okay, never mind. It's less difference than I thought. Okay, honestly, then my opinion is shifting to... If there's unlimited gold, Gujaras probably win. But with limited gold, Berbers are probably just going to trade better long term. Hera was asked why not go pikemen earlier. He said he was worried you go chakrams. Yeah, it makes sense, right? When we both max camels non-stop, then... The person who stops making camels essentially falls behind at some point, unless we never fight. And I also sold all my stone for gold because I was too desperate for gold. Yeah, at this point it's just over. Yeah, it was good. He did a better job securing gold. And I also have shifted my opinion to Gujaras don't counter Berbers. Maybe if you have unlimited gold, but I don't think so. Now this game I felt like I played great until a certain stage. I just want to compare economy difference. I felt like I got equal leads, but I'm not 100% sure. I felt like everyone played Berbers versus Gujaras on Empire Wars to counter. Berbers to counter Gujaras, you mean? Maybe. Yeah, maybe that was also a misread by me. Let me see. I'm going to pull up the draft as well for me and Hera. I think my Civ bans were fine. Maybe I should have banned Romans though. Because Romans was like such a high priority for Hera. I knew Sebastian and Hera's been training. And it was a very high priority for Sebastian as well. So they clearly figured something out. So in hindsight, maybe I should have banned Romans. Armenians as a 3rd pick. That deserves a skull. I picked Franks initially as I think I might use them on Habub. But they were a flexible pick. I also wanted to take them away from him. Aztecs is questionable. Gujaras was a late pick because I wanted to try and counter Berbers with them. Bengalis was to take them away from him. And as a flexible play for Nomad or Arena. Yeah, there are some mistakes in the draft as well. I think this earlier pick of Armenians to use them on what I used them on was a terrible decision. Bengalis was probably unnecessary. Could have let him have it. Aztecs, a lot of things can be said about Aztecs. And Gujaras, in hindsight, does not do well against Berbers, I think. Like I said, I think Gujaras can win, but you have to make adaptations earlier to secure certain parts of maps to secure gold income to then build towards winning composition. I was considering Japanese. I wasn't sure though. I was considering it. So at this point it's 2-2. My game plan here was I'm not going to overinvest on monks. I'm going to make a monastery, do the fervor upgrade to give my villagers a boost. And I'll buy a bit of food, and then I'll make a monk later, maybe to pick up a relic. Oh, there are 5 relics. I guess I never scouted this relic. Okay. So there were 5 relics. I thought it was only 4. It will be better to make analytic after winning the tournament next time, fingers crossed. Yeah, this is to learn, eh? Like I said, there's certain games I wasn't sure exactly if my perception was correct. So far, I would say it's been correct for the most part, but there's still been things I've been picking up on and learning. So yeah, I just went TC immediately. I did make a little bit of scouts and spears just to have map presence, partly to force him to make more scouts, right? You see, he's not adding town center. He's just making scouts and monks because he wants to fight for the relics. Well, I'm doing a low investment relic fight while focusing on adding town centers. I also have fervor now, so my bills move faster. I'm surprised how late his second TC is, though. He really wanted those relics. What? We're like 800, 700 resources ahead? What the hell? I have some idle TC time, though. Still only on 2 TC. When you recommend adding fervors as Bohemians? Immediately, as soon as possible. It's a monk buff, and it buffs your villagers. Now he's added a 3rd TC. I have 1,000 more resources. He will have 4 relics, though, in the end, so that's obviously food and gold. I have a massive position in this game. On the way to imp, he will go imp at the same time, but I didn't realize I was this far ahead. I felt like I was doing good. I didn't really know I was this far ahead. He's coming aggressive. This is such a ballsy move. I clicked his castle here and I checked, okay, he has Bodkin arrow. So he's only gonna go skirms right now. So I was like, I'll just do halps. I'll get the last armor upgrade. And then I just need Hofnitze to like survive. Still village lead, big eco lead. Weakness right now is obviously still just he has relics. We get the bomb cannons out already. I think my eco balance is still completely fine for what I'm doing. I think what I should have done here, maybe already add now 3, 4, or let's say 3 archer ranges. Just to get like a couple of handgunners on the field. We have 15 more vills. Still a good eco lead. It's not doing any damage. Bomber cannons are coming out now. We lost the trap. Okay, this is like where I'm like already like, okay, my upgrade priority. I felt like my upgrade priority in hindsight was bad. I'm charging in now with halves with +2 armor. You do plus the last armor, you have 4 armor. So I'm already like, they have bonus damage of 4. So without the last armor, this is not justifiable. You don't want to dive onto skirms without the last armor like this. And then I was like, okay, I'm getting momentum here. I'm just going to force a castle here to take him off the gold. Then I control 3 stones and 2 golds. 4 stones in the middle. So, okay, from this point forward, I should be completely fine. Right now, I should have just taken a step back. That was already lost my bomber cannon. I have so many vills here running around. How many? There's 30 idle vills almost. This is now where I need to just take a step back and prioritize my upgrades. It's okay. I need Wagenburg tactics. I need. Okay, Hofnitze is probably the last upgrade I need. I need Wagenburg tactics. I need siege engineers, and I need the last armor for halps. And after that, maybe I'll add like ranges and do handgunners. If I do all those in those steps, I'm completely fine. So I'm doing siege engineers, and I'm like, okay, once I have this, I can control all the bomber cannon fights. And then I look away a little bit, probably, as I move my bomber cannons forward. He shoots, and all my bomber cannons stack. And they all go down. Even after this, I was like, okay, that sucks, but we just need to get the right priority upgrade. I still don't have the last armor for halves. I'm doing Bodkin arrow to help my castles, so we will struggle getting too close to the castles. I don't have Wagenburg tactics yet. I don't have ballistics. I don't have last armor for halves, and I keep diving in with halves. So there's definitely a missed micro involved here. Like this as well, it's just completely unnecessary, especially without the last armor upgrade, right? I know I canceled it on purpose to afford siege engineers, and then I didn't do it again until it was too late. So it was a mistake on my parts. Look at the eco situation as well. I have a really healthy like balance between wood and food for spamming halb, skirm, whatever. I just need units on the field and to slow the game down. But Burgundians also have bonus damage on the bomber cannons, right? They have 10 bonus damage, so they do a lot of damage, and this was a big mistake. I sent 16 vills to build another castle forward. I was thinking, okay, I'll just build a castle, have a lot of static defense, and then I can control the game with bomber cannons. But Hera was on point with his bomber cannon micro, and the castles of mine went down faster than I was hoping for. And I still have halbs. Just now I'm getting the last armor upgrade, but I've already lost all my numbers. I only got 3 bomber cannons, he has 9. Despite having +1 range, I think even now I still didn't have... Where's the unique tech? How do I see unique tech? I still didn't have Wagenburg tactics. This is like the most important upgrade for Bohemians in gunpowder fight, like bomber cannon fights. Yeah, this game was like, after this game I was like, ah, this was such a throw. Throw is a hard word. Hera, harsh word. Hera did an amazing job here, obviously. But I think I did so many mistakes and so many missteps. This should have been a win for me. That's my opinion. I'm even resigning with more resources collected. Yeah, this was a bad one. After this, I felt a bit fatigued as well. And that will be visible, I think, in the last game. But yeah, I'm surprised how much further ahead in the economy I was. I thought it was closer than it was. Bohemians might just be very good. Who would have thought? This Arabia game was an absolute disaster. I felt a little bit fatigued there. I felt like I just couldn't click. I was like, okay, what do I want from this game? I pick Aztecs to try and... I had like options. Okay, so I had Chinese, I had Franks, I had Aztecs. I picked Aztecs like, okay, I could use them on like a Land Madness map. I could use them on Arabia. I was okay, he's probably going to go Mayans. So I was thinking, okay, if I go Aztecs, I'll try to just use like a 2 militia rush to like buy some time. And I'll make like a few skirms to defend, and I'll just fast castle, mass eagle spam, and pray. It did not work. Hera thinks mines are super broken on 9 villager start. Maybe he's right. He also didn't get the villager killer. He got Loom just in time. But I did a bad job here blocking it, didn't I? This was already lowish per villager. He builds the range. Yeah. No, I didn't get the kill. He got Loom just in time. What surprised me here was how much he invested into eagles. He just went eagles, archers, full pressure. So I was like, okay, I have time here. I'll just chill, build a range, make some skirms, make another eagle, slowly wall up. And then he had fletching as well. Bulgarians can counter Mezzo? I wouldn't say so. They can do fine against Aztecs, but I don't think they're good against Mayans. Like, once I realized what was happening, I should have probably rushed walls here way faster. Also, I missed micro a lot here. Really lost one villager, lost a second villager. Super sloppy micro. And then when Hera is on point with his micro, I'm just getting super punished. 3 villagers down. 4 villagers down. We're getting actually brutally. This is just brutal. This looks like a 1400. This looks like me against Doubt. Why you and Larry pick Arabia versus Hera when the only map he plays 10 hours a day? You think we are bad at Arabia or what? Arabia's a lot about Civ matchup as well. I feel fine playing Arabia against any player. Obviously this game became a complete disaster. But there's context. Yeah, we're just getting mega wrecked here. 16-7 KD. He has untouched economy at home. Mines economy. We still managed to get cast stage faster with the magical market, but the damage was already done. Yeah, there's not really too much else to see here. We're just mega dodge. Felt a bit tired. It was starting to get late European time, and unfortunately, I have a good sleep schedule these days. When it's like passing 9-10 p.m. my time, I do get a little bit tired. But I just got up. I felt better after I got up a little bit, walked around a bit, had some water, and then on this map it was like, if he goes Chinese and I go Franks, I'm probably just dead in this game. So like, okay, I'm just gonna pick Chinese in case he picks Chinese, so I have a mirror matchup. And if he doesn't pick Chinese, he obviously would have a Civ advantage in Land Madness. But at least if it goes to Land Madness, we're going to game 9. So I was like, okay, at least that will be a positive. And like Franks are not bad. I would have had Franks. Franks would not have been a horrible Civ to play Land Madness with. So then I was okay. And if I have Chinese here and he doesn't use Chinese, it should be a win no matter what. It became a lot closer than I thought it would be. Or not thought it would be, but I felt, like I said, I felt like my execution was starting to suffer a little bit. So I felt like even this game, I could have lost. So that's credit to Hera as well, but also credit to how strong Chinese is as a Civ. That I didn't lose this game. That makes sense. So he came with really early aggression. Kind of like archer opening for both, and then we both switched into full skirms, kind of. Yeah, no villager damage done, 2-2 KD. We both had a second range at the same time. So it was kind of a mirror matchup, except Chinese are just better. So I still felt fine with how this was playing out. And, I mean, you see resources collected, how much further ahead we are. It's using the market to balance eco already. I knew he was doing a counterattack here, so I did prepare units in case. I didn't lose any villagers there. 1,000 resources ahead, yeah. Chinese just cannot lose. They're just too good. Shit thing about Chinese is even winning, you feel like you lost. True. Yeah, I felt like I was in a really good spot here. He killed 4 villagers. Oh, he had a sneak where he killed some villagers on my wood. I mean, at this point, it's still a fairly close game, right? I have a lot more resources collected, 2,000, so it doesn't look close. But numbers-wise, right? Villager count, military count, all the same. I think I'll lose 2 mangonels for free as well at some point. I think he sniped both of those. Yeah, we're still so far ahead resources collected-wise. Yeah, he sniped both of them. And I was like, ah, fuck, am I gonna lose this? Okay, he's adding a 3rd TC. I have 3 TCs already. We're ahead in vills. Resources collected, just getting further and further ahead. I was taking stones. I thought, okay, I will get a cast up in his face. So should be fine. I don't think there's anything else to see in this game. We just go to imp with a better economy. He goes to imp at the same time, but or a little bit faster, but I have a way better economy. This is the game I'm not sure. Doubt told me after the game that I was in a way better spot than I thought I was. My plan was, okay, Bulgarians, I'll figure out which side he's taking the shortfish, and I'll do 3 men at arms to try and kill a vill or 2 and push him off the shortfish, and then I can follow up with range and skirms if he's going archers. I could go scouts if he doesn't do anything. In hindsight, I think I ended up doing something in between, which became wrong. But let's see how accurate Doubt was. Wanted more men at arms? I thought he would make archers. But I thought for me the best switch would be probably scouts. But I also felt how awkward my economy became after this opening. Resources collected looks good still. We have the same, even though I was doing mill late. I do a really bad job microing my men at arms here as well, I think. I think I felt a little bit tired here, so that did come into effect in the micro wars. Felt like I was taking every fight a lot better than me from this stage. So strategically, this was great, I think. Like he has now 5 vills idle, running off the shortfish. This is a win, like in itself. I don't need to do more damage. This alone is so much damage. In every long set, I think Hera scales better than every opponent. So I think it would have maybe gotten tough anyway, but you never know, right? I didn't need to fight here, right? I wasted a militia. I think I kill a vill, but I lose my scout. Yeah, I don't lose my scout, but like all my initiative is gone now. In hindsight, what I could have done, I could have come forward with vills as well. When I go forward with my militia, my arms, I could have also sent these vills forward, built a tower, and then a mill. Then I control his shortfish. I can take this shortfish later, and I'm already on this shortfish. Then I can just send 1 or 2 spears to the top here to be safe against scouts. I have a tower here defending this shortfish, and I can just wall in my lumber camp. And then I can play the game from there. He's now completely off shortfish, which is so much lost food income. He's just now making a scout. Like, looking at this right now, I would say I already have a winning opening. The opening should already kind of be a win. Obviously, if I went forward, it would have been way better. A tower here as well. But I didn't, so there's no point looking at that now. Resources collected with 300 ahead. But there was, you know what I also need to process here and understand? I took him off food for a while. He's not going to have a lot of units right off the bat. He's not going to be able to have a lot of scouts. I don't need to worry about scouts. I'm doing a blacksmith to get forging from my spears. In hindsight, more men at arms here could have been insane. But then I need a mining camp for gold as well. Seemed like you raided very well here. Don't remember when if I was raiding him this game. I'm 400 resources ahead. This opening just went so much better than I anticipated. And I think I even mis-microed and mis-executed my opening a lot here. This honestly might be a map where second barracks makes sense. Mass spears and towers. Now I'm doing a stable. So I'm like, okay, I wanted to try and like see if I could counterattack him on this shortfish. He's not even on there, right? I could have even just gone cast lage here. Get like 200 gold and just be chilling. I built a tower on this side to make sure this was safe. And then I have army here. I could have just gone cast lage here. I'm in such a good spot. I have 500 resources more. No horse collar too. Horse collar is not important right now. I don't have any farms though. He has set up a few farms and now he's going here. He only has 3 scouts on the field. I made 9 spears. I thought he was making spears non-stop as well. He is kind of making a lot of spears. I made 4 scouts, but I don't really get to use them for anything. I do a little bit of counter damage here, but he made more scouts as well now. Still have 500-600 more resources. Okay, I really underestimated my own position here. I was in a way better spot than I thought I was. What about archers here? Bulgarians don't get crossbow upgrades, so it's usually not a great decision to try and go archers. I think we killed 2 vills there. Okay, both castle age. He's going to be slightly faster. I have almost 1,000 more resources. His eco is not great. I think I expected to be a lot more cow archers coming. And I forced the fight. If I just do +2 knights here, like armor, I did +2 attack. Because I wanted my pikes as well to get the upgrade. He has fletching only. He can't afford Botkin arrow because he did Bosa. He doesn't have a lot of golds. There's not a lot of cow archers on the field. I was in a way better spot than I thought I was. And they said you should have gone cow archers yourself. What do you think of that? It would have been an option for sure. This was a horrible fight. Horrible fight. I just wasted all my pikes for no reason. Villager count is about the same. We both have 2 TCs. I still have 1,000 more resources collected. I mean, he only has 8 cowards on the field. I pretty much have the same number of knights. He did get all the relics. He got 2 conversions here as well. I was committed. Okay. I just didn't acknowledge the amount of initiative and control of the game I actually got by taking him off of this. Death by respect for Hera? There's nothing to do with Hera. I would have felt the same against every other player. I didn't understand or acknowledge or realize how much control I actually got to the game with what I did there. I think this could have easily been a win for me. And then I tried like a desperate Krepos push. Because I still felt like I was behind and he was going to scale better in Imperial Age. Which is true. But yeah, it was already too late. I should have pushed here with the Krepos. I don't know why I went here. This would have been made way more sense. He still has gold income no matter what though. And now it's just over. How much do you think you missed horse color killed you here? I don't think it killed me, but it would have helped. Did the fatigue make you a bit impatient? I wouldn't say or fatigue or tiredness made me impatient. I misread the game. Felt like you instantly won the initiative, but then decided to play reactionary, giving Hera the time you needed to bridge the gap. Yeah, Hera reacted perfectly, and I miscalculated or misjudged the situation. To summarize the final, at least, I think like otherwise against Doubt, Nico, Sebastian, I think I played pretty well overall. I think I played really well against Hera as well. So like I said, I leave the tournament with a good feeling because it's been a while since I've come out of a tournament where I felt like I played very good Age of Empires. I think Dravidians on migration was very good. Alpine. The clear lesson here is that Armenians are bait. They're not that great on land map, despite their economy sounding like it should be amazing. I think I need to stray away from Armenians on land maps. Spiral, I think my takeaway here is that Berbers probably trade better than Gujaris. Gujaris and Armenians was a draft mistake for sure. Armenians was my 3rd pick. Arena, I got a bit too impatient, I think. Wrong upgrade order. This game was a game I had a massive lead. It just went out of control really fast once I lost the 3 bomber cannons. So this one is probably the most painful game here. Yeah, Aztecs as well. I think there is still a place for Aztecs. Arabia might not be Aztecs' forte though. Chinese are obviously Chinese. This should be a win. This is a Civ win. It was a Civ win. And this as well, I misread the game completely here. I don't have a lot of experience with Bulgarians. The style is more suited towards Doubt. But I think I like them as well. There's also a map I haven't trained with Bulgarians. I've played them obviously in the past, so I know how to play Bulgarians. But probably should have tried to get a game or 2 with this matchup to see how it feels. But still, a lot of lessons learned. So I'm happy with how it went out, and I think we can perform better in the future. Who did I train with? You can see I have some games with Winchester. I trained a fair bit with Winchester. I trained some games with ACCM. I played a little bit with Andy, a little bit with Tato. Like, people might think I was training a lot more than I've done other tournaments. My training was probably roughly the same. Obviously, I put some thoughts into the maps and such, and draft and everything kind of went good for me. But I don't think my training, or I don't feel like I did anything different. I am living a more healthy life, though, these days, I feel like, ever since I moved to the house. In terms of movement, sleep schedule, all that stuff. No more fast food? Rarely. What setting suits you? I think so. How is Hero beatable? Well, we have just analyzed the whole final. If we made some changes to how we approach certain matchups and draft, maybe we could have beaten him, right? My only dislike with tournaments these days, not only the final, but like the whole, you have to be ready just in case you're playing next. If I have the first set of the day, I love it, right? They'll tell, okay, show up, we're going to start the set at 15 GMT. Love it. I know exactly when I'm going to play, and I'll show up and I'm going to play. The whole thing of like, oh yeah, you have the second set today. I hate it. I hate it so much because you end up sitting there in your house or whatever and just waiting. Sometimes you're like, oh, sometimes you end up playing like after an hour and a half because it was a 4-0. Otherwise, you're like, oh, they played a 2-hour arena game. Suddenly you're playing 4 hours later. It's it's painful. Like my whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, has been dictated entirely by this whole waiting game. Saturday was very nice because I could just show up and play the games. I did warm up before the finals. I played one game without, and I got clapped because I tried longswords. What would be the alternative be? Could they do like a third place match as recorded games? That would help so much for the finalists to prepare as well. What if Tato and Sebastian had a 3-hour fortified clearing match? Suddenly we are starting our games like 9 p.m. European time. That would be absolutely horrible for me. I can guarantee you, if we started 9 p.m. European time, I would have lost 5-1, 5-0. We'll see about that. But yeah, no, I feel good. I feel a lot better than I did a year, 2 and 3 years ago. So hopefully I can keep that up and hopefully I can get in even better shape, both playing wise, physical, in real life. And hopefully that will translate to better performances as well. And hopefully we can start challenging Hero a bit more. I think Warlords was a step in the right direction. And yeah, I want to continue and carry that on.